Hey man, how are you?
Hey Tony, what's up? Welcome to RockEyez, man.
Thank you, sir.
Cool, cool. We did an interview a couple years ago, and I
Yeah,
guess we
I remember you. I remember you.
cool. We're just catching up now. So,
Yeah,
so originally you were born in the Bronx.
yeah. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Did you get to go into the city at all as a young guy?
I mean, dude, I lived in the city. The thing is, everybody says they're from Manhattan and shit, but that's bullshit. But
Right,
because they were from somebody else, but we all hung out in Manhattan.
right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I was there when the Lower East Side wasn't a place to like bring your kids to play in the park. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
definitely, definitely. Like
yeah.
what one of my favorite clubs was the Cat Club,
Oh
over
yeah.
in Manhattan, and
That wasn't too far from the Ritz. That was
yeah, right.
Joey Ramone used to frequent that place.
Yeah, and St. Mark's Sound and
Oh, I
all
don't
the
remember that.
places, CBGB's and all that
Oh
crap,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So did you get to see the Ramones ever?
I did, dude, as a kid, a bunch of times, and I became friends with Dee Dee. And I mean, there was not as a kid like there was nothing like seeing the Ramones and the Bad Brains in New York City. It was life changing. It was like a religious experience.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
definitely. I saw the Ramones at a club in Jersey called the Mothers, and
Uh-huh.
actually I could feel like it was so like wild. You could actually feel
Oops.
the ground moving like up and down. So it was really experience, and I enjoyed it. You know. So let's get back to your prior release, Letters from the Psych Ward, that came out in 2023. Can you tell me, you got a new album coming? How is the progression from that album to the next one?
Well, we're talking about New York hardcore. Before Letters from the Psych Ward, I did a record. Back to Momo. And
Uh-huh.
I did that with Todd Youth, and Todd was a huge, presence in the New York hardcore scene and shit. I mean, he was in Agnostic Front, he was in the Cro-Mags, he was in Murphy's Law. He played with Danzig, he played in D-Generation. But anyway, he was my friend, dude, since I was 15. And then, he died after the Back to Momo record, and,
Wow.
and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then, COVID happened and all this shit. And man, 8 years fucking passed by,
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so we put out Letters from the Psych Ward, and that record, I went to the Amazon jungle in Peru with the Shipibo Indians and did ayahuasca, which
Uh-huh.
is a spiritual medicine. And it changed my life and healed a lot of, like, I had tremendous loss and trauma. I mean, Todd dying, dude, was like the catalyst where I was like, I can't let this fucking ruin my life because my first wife died, my girlfriend died. Like, I've had many people die.
Right. Yeah.
So I had to go searching for some healing, dude.
Right.
So, Letters from the Psych Ward is all about the first trip to the jungle and getting that healing. And then I took another trip, and then, that whole record we had to rebuild, like,
Right.
because fuck, we took an 8 year break.
Right. Yeah.
And then in December, I went to the jungle again. So,
Uh-huh.
and then we have the new record, Slay the Dragon. And if you would have told me the record's gonna be called Slay the Dragon, I'd be like, what the fuck? But when the ayahuasca, I don't know if you know anything about that shit, but when I was first feeling it and
Right.
getting into the spiritual realm,
Right.
so like they told me the first thing the gods told me was slay the dragon, and I was like, okay.
Oh,
Um, but that was very healing too. And this new record, like, we have a song. Well, our first song's Horns and Halos, the first single.
right.
Our second single is gonna be called Hey Mr. Superstar,
Uh-huh.
which is about Josie from Saliva, in part, who's my good friend and brother. I love him. And the man lost his son, dude, his oldest
Wow.
son from COVID. And man, I remember I went to see his first show in Memphis in 10 years, and this is after he lost Cody, his son. And I remember he was on stage and he said, I fell off the horse. I had to dust myself off and get back up. And I was like, man, this man just lost his son. Like, it was such an inspiration. Josie's always been a huge inspiration to me and a great friend and one of the best singers in rock and roll, I think. But that's a little insight to, the substance of the records as we progress and stuff.
Right. Wow. Wow. Tell me about the song Mia. Steven Tyler wrote that and stuff like that, and you guys did that. Was there any particular reason why you picked that song?
So my daughter, she's 11. Her name's Mia. I named her after the song and Mia Tyler. I'm an
Right.
Aerosmith fanatic. A fan is short for fanatic. But I mean, I've studied Steven Tyler. I've studied a lot of singers. But my daughter is Miss Sassy Pants Dude. So I was like, oh, I'm going to record this song for her. And
Right.
I remember I played it for her and I saw her like get locked up and I could tell like she had all this emotion, didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
So I was like, Mia, do you like that song? And she's like, no. And you copied it like you do those Motley Crue guys. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
wait, what? I'm like, first of all, it's called a cover
Uh-huh.
song, and I'm not copying Motley Crue. Why am I having this conversation with my 10-year-old
Yeah.
daughter at the time?
Yeah.
So, but
Uh-huh.
that's a really special song and a beautiful song. I love that one.
Cool. Cool. I mean, Slay the Dragon's a pretty cool title.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I definitely I like it and stuff like that.
It's definitely better than chasing the dragon. That could be ugly.
Yeah. 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 So you guys are going out on tour. Your first date's tonight?
Well, that we had supposed to have the show in San Diego tonight, and then the promoter disappeared. For nobody can find her, including the club. We don't know what happened, but so the first show is going to be Friday tomorrow in Tucson.
Cool, cool, cool.
It's just a short run, a few shows, and then we come back. We do a home show at the Viper Room, which is
Uh-huh.
already sold out, and then we do another run in July.
Right, right. All I saw was like West Coast states. Do you plan on coming to New York area?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I can't wait to get back there.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. Is
Uh,
that where you are?
yeah, I'm in there. Yeah, yeah.
What
I'm in
part of New
New
York?
Jersey. I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So one time, one state over. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I go over New
Oh,
York a lot. So it's
what part of New Jersey are you?
I'm in like central New Jersey. I'm in Woodbridge, New Jersey. So I'm only about a half hour from the shore and a half hour from New York City,
Oh, nice.
right in the
Yeah.
middle. You
Right,
know,
right.
so it's good. The only thing bad is the taxes. So
Yeah, dude. Even in Jersey, huh?
yeah, terrible,
Yeah, yeah.
terrible, terrible. Tell me, when you were a kid, was there any life-changing moments that directed you to where you are now?
Yeah, when I was 5 years old, I asked my uncle, "Who's that girl on that poster?" And he said, "That's no girl, that's David Bowie." And I was never the same again. And then when I was a kid, 11 years old, my uncle took me to see AC/DC at Madison Square Garden, and that was, I mean, I from the moment he told me that was no girl, that's Bowie, I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And
Right.
then seeing AC/DC as my first concert as a kid was like, yeah, that just solidified what my path was gonna be.
What was the last show that you attended?
Oh, I mean, probably ours in New Orleans. We
Right.
just did some with dates with Texas Hippie Coalition.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, but I go to as many shows as I can, man. Like the Stones are coming again. I've seen them a few times. You know, my do you know the band Butterside?
No, I don't know them.
That's my friend Patrick. He's the singer. He's an incredible singer. He sang in Steven Adler's band for a minute, Adler's Appetite or
Right,
whatever.
yeah, I did see
Uh,
them.
yeah, but Patrick was the singer and his band's called Butterside. You should check them out. They're really
I
good.
will. I definitely will.
Uh then I saw Josie play a couple times from Saliva. He's back out, thank God, doing his thing.
Right,
I mean, I try to see as much music as I can, dude. You
right.
know.
Cool, cool, cool. Will Slay the Dragon come out on vinyl?
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, vinyl's so in demand now. It's so cool. I really like that. And, you know, uh, we have letters from the psych ward on vinyl too, and
Uh-huh.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Can you tell me anything about your merch and where people could get it?
Blacklistunion.com, you know,
Cool,
that's the
cool.
fucking that's the place. We got a lot of cool merch too. A lot of we got hoodies, tank tops. I mean, we're even getting these G strings for chicks where it says Blacklist Union was here. You know, we used to have those. We got to get them again. So
Cool. What's the feeling like when people wait in line just to get your autograph?
I don't know about anybody waiting in line, but you know, it's cool. It's funny because the last year, and it always seems to happen with my daughter, for some reason. But like we got pizza delivered, and I opened the door, and the guy's like, "Aren't you Tony West from Blacklist Union?" I was like, "As a matter of fact, I am." You know, and then I was in the bank, dude, and the bank manager comes out and he's like, "Dude, aren't you Tony from Blacklist Union?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then it's been happening in airports and all these things, so we're doing something right, you know. But it's always a great honor to be recognized for your art, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Matter of fact, I just talked to somebody from a band called Suicide Bombers over in Sweden. I said, no, I'll take care of you later, but I got an interview with Tony West. He goes, oh, I love him. I love him. You know, no, so they
yeah,
know you're
yeah, we have that's why I can't wait to. We're supposed to go to Europe this year, finally, dude. We have so many fucking fans in you know, the Netherlands and Europe, the UK, Germany. I mean, fucking I can't wait to get there because that's, you know, one of my biggest influences too. I don't know if you ever heard of Turbo Negro.
no, I haven't.
Turbo Negro, dude, they're from Norway.
Uh-huh.
They're such kick ass. They're like rock, punk rock, you know, and it's funny because they'll sing about sex and food and shit. Like they have an element of humor, you know,
Right, right,
but
right.
they fucking rock it, dude. It's fucking so cool. Check them out, Turbo
I,
Negro. Yeah,
it definitely will, definitely will.
yeah.
What's a typical day for you when you get up?
I mean, you know, I run a business too, you know. A lot of times I'm up by like 5 or 6 a.m., you know, and then I work for about 4 or 5 hours. I'll do yoga, you know, I work out, I practice vocals, you know, I do boxing. So you get to
Cool, cool, cool. Tell me a little bit more about Slay the Dragon. When is that release coming?
so Horns and Halos, the video and single are being released as
Right.
we speak. That's the first single. Have you heard that one?
Yes, I have. I watched the video.
Yeah, me and Paul Crosby from Saliva wrote that one. He's also our manager. You know, he's not in Saliva anymore. He's a full-time manager, great manager, and we actually wrote that one together. And then I was mentioning you know, Hey Mr. Superstar, which was
Right.
inspired by Josie. That's going to be the second single. Uh there's a couple songs I'm really excited about to do live. One's called Up in Smoke, other one's called Mississippi Moonhound.
Uh-huh.
And I was watching an old like I like the old comedians and shit, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I was watching Sanford and Son, dude.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
like and then Grady said something like, "Yeah, man, Mississippi Moonhound." I was like, "What the hell?" Like that's a killer title, you know? So
Wow.
I love that I was inspired by Sanford and Son like 50 years later, you know what I mean? So
Cool, cool.
but there's some really fucking kick-ass songs on this record. I'm really excited for people to hear it.
Right, right. It'll be out before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Is it on that same label that you put the prior releases out?
Yeah, it's our own label, so I
Right,
mean, you know, which is basically for tax purposes, but you know,
right,
we've been DIY for a long time, but you know, shit's starting to really move here. So hopefully, you know, we can get a business partner. You know, there's many, I call them record steals, dude. Like we've been offered all kinds of bullshit, like, you know, but it's not a real deal. It's like a deal
right,
for bragging rights. Like, I don't need that. You know, I don't need to
right.
be
Yeah,
that guy. You know, we got to have a real business opportunity as partners, business partners. This is a business, you know, it's not an
right,
ego fucking thing. I mean, for some people, but you know, it's got to be smart business too, dude. And now it's a whole fucking different animal, as
right.
you know,
Yep.
so yeah.
Wow. If you go out on tour later in the year, who'd you like to go out with?
I'd love to go out with, you know, Josie from Saliva,
Uh-huh.
Buck Cherry. I can't wait to go out with Texas Hippie Coalition again. We love those guys. They're awesome. Um, but yeah, I'd love to go out with Patrick, I was telling you about from Butterside.
Right. Cool. So what's the rest of the year look like for you guys?
Man, it's just gonna be hitting it hard, dude. Hitting it hard.
Cool, cool,
Releasing singles and videos and just keeping the train moving.
cool. You like doing the videos?
What's that?
You like doing the videos?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
I love the performance part of it, dude. From writing to recording and performing, like I love all that shit, that comes with it. The
right,
thing I don't love is the fucking, the drama and the bullshit you got to deal with. Like, for instance, the promoter disappearing like a couple of days
right,
before the gig, like what's happening tonight. You know what I mean? Like
right. Yeah,
those
yeah.
are the kind of things that you kind of got to let it just go.
Right,
Otherwise, it'll fucking wind you up.
right. Wow. Um, you have already a plan for the cover of Slay the
Rock and roll. It's the way it is. So,
Cool. You have a
can you hear me?
plan
Okay.
for the cover?
Not yet. No.
No, but that'll be a cool cover. Slay the Dragon got a lot of ideas.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so
I got a couple ideas, but nothing concrete. I love the Letters from the Psych Ward cover. I
right.
was really happy with that, and then the Back to Momo cover. I love that one too because Momo is a horror house in West Hollywood, California, an Asian horror house.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah,
Wow, wow, wow.
pretty the rock and roll as you get right there.
Cool, cool. If you got to see anybody who's not around anymore, who would you like to see?
Yeah, my grandmother. No, I tell you, man, Lane and Mike,
Uh-huh.
Andy Wood from Mother Love Bone is a huge. He's my muse,
Right. Yeah.
Um, Cornell, I wish he was still around.
Cool, cool, cool. Wow. Well, Tony, it
So
was.
many, so many of the greats, dude, are gone. The singers,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scott Weiland, but dude, that's where we come in. Like, if you love fucking up tempo, kick ass, motherfucking rock and roll, like, come see Blacklist Union because we'll deliver that shit. You
Cool.
know,
Great, man. Well, Tony, it was great talking to you, and
you as
hopefully,
well.
hopefully, we get to talk again too, man. Would you like
All
to
right,
say,
man.
Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Just thank you for your support and come see us, and we'll fucking rock your socks off. That's for sure.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Tony.
All right, bro. Take care of yourself.
Bye bye.
All right, take care.